So today's episode is all about the threes, those famous chapter threes sprinkled throughout the Bible. It's funny, but once you start noticing them, you can't unsee it. Have you ever wondered if there's a deeper meaning behind these particular chapters?
Oh, for sure. Chapter 3 pops up in some pretty pivotal places. What really gets me is how, in books like Ephesians and Mark, that third chapter often marks a big turning point. It's almost as if the writers are signaling, here's where things get real.
It does feel intentional, doesn't it? Like in Mark 3 suddenly, Jesus is redefining family and calling his disciples. That's a huge shift. Do you notice a pattern in the other chapter 3s too?
Definitely. In Ephesians 3, for example, Paul talks about this secret plan that God has had all along, the mystery, as he calls it, which is now being revealed. It's a big reveal moment, almost like a twist in a good novel.
That's such a great way to put it, a plot twist. Ephesians 3 always grabs my attention with the idea of the mystery. Paul's talking about how the Gentiles are included in God's promises. Did that surprise people back then?
Absolutely. It would have been a bombshell. People were used to very clear boundaries, and suddenly Paul says, hey, everyone's invited now. Imagine the shock. It's like opening a club you thought was exclusive to everyone in town.
That club analogy is perfect. And it ties back to this theme of breaking barriers, something we also see in John 6, right? Jesus talks about being the bread of life, and everyone's welcome to the table.
Exactly, and what's wild in John 6 is how people are both drawn in and challenged. Jesus doesn't just say, you're welcome, but also, this will change you. It's an invitation and a challenge wrapped together.
Moving from inclusion to opposition, Mark 3 really stands out, because that's where Jesus starts facing serious pushback. The religious leaders get suspicious, and even his family worries he's gone too far. What's your take on that tension?
That tension is almost electric. It's like you can feel the room shift. There's excitement, but also resistance. And it reminds me of Nehemiah 4. Two people mock the Israelites, doubting they can rebuild Jerusalem's wall. Big changes always seem to spark resistance.
I love that connection. Both stories highlight how stepping out, whether that's rebuilding or redefining faith, triggers criticism. Have you noticed how the mockery in Nehemiah is almost personal?
For sure. The ridicule is sharp, almost taunting. Can they revive these stones from dust? It's not just about bricks, it's about crushing hope. And yet, that's often when people dig deepest into courage.
That actually reminds me of the restoration themes in Malachi 3 and Jeremiah 3. There's this cycle of brokenness, but also a promise of healing or return. How do you see those chapters connected?
What stands out is the raw honesty. In Jeremiah 3,